What's up, Pokemon trainers, Pokemon breeders, and Pokemon masters alike? It is once again time for the final part of our five legs of our GenLocke challenge, our Pokemon GenLocke challenge. Now, you guys might be asking yourselves, even this many videos in, what is a GenLocke? Well, look no further than right over here. Here, I'm pretty sure it's over here. And a GenLocke is a generation lock, and it's basically just subsequent Nuzlockes happening one after the other, with the same Pokemon transferred each time you reach the Hall of Fame and or you fail. Thankfully, we've managed to, even with this hardcore generation lock challenge, we've been following all of our standard hardcore Nuzlocke rules that we usually do for streams and recordings and etc. And now we are finally on to the final part of Pokemon Black, and if we succeed, we move on to Generation 6 X and Y. Hopefully we keep all these wonderful Pokemon we currently have, especially our newest addition down here, Bossa Nova. So without further ado, let's get underway with it. Okay, so we are starting off with a double rival battle by the looks of it. I mean, do we fight Bianca and Sharon here, or just, well, so far Sharon? I'm pretty sure where we've defeated so far, you know, all 8 gyms and stuff like that, that right now we are on to battling both rivals before making our way to the Elite Four. And of course the Elite Four is not exactly as expected going forward, right? I mean, it's still the Elite Four and stuff, but there are some obvious mishaps that happen story-wise. So we open up with Bossa Nova with a strong-ass rock slide to this unpheasant. As opposed to a pheasant, this is an unpheasant, a dis-pheasant, if you will. The opposite, the anti-pheasant. And here we go for just a quick Aqua Jet for the speed difference and the priority. Just take care of business, right? So right out of the gate, they bring out Simisage. Simisage is a pretty viable contender for a grass type, especially in Gen 5. So we switch out to, of course, our fire type, and Caligon the Black. And Caligon the Black is here and ready. So a Flame Burst. We still yet to have Flamethrower here at level 44. I assume we're going to train up a little bit. I'm pretty sure the Elite Four have like low to mid 50s, so we're definitely going to have to do some training, some grinding. We have speed up function and stuff like that for that, but we'll be doing some grinding for the Elite Four, I'm going to assume. He brings out Emboar, his starter, of course, against my starter, and manages to do a fair amount of damage, even though we have the super effective Aerial Ace on him. Still is managing to do a slight amount of damage, even Assurance and stuff like that, and Caligon's taking quite a beating here. So we do outspeed him, of course, and we're going to get that sweet Aerial Ace defeat, that victory with an Aerial Ace. Which, of course, we really want Air Cutter because he's not a physical attacker. He's a special attacker, so that's part of the reason Aerial Ace doesn't do nearly as well. But I'd rather have a stab flying move. If I can't have a special version, I'm going to take that over, you know, any day of the week. So, boom. Instant, no problem. And Caligon wins that bout there. And boom, that's it for Sharon. So, we managed to defeat Sharon. So he does make our Pokemon healthy, so I assume that means Bianca is coming up. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no. We're not going to go up against Bianca. Bianca's like, listen, you got to go up against the Elite Four and N and the rest of Team Plasma and stuff. Is like, if you beat Sharon, there's no way I can't beat either of you two, so there's no point in me testing your strength in this way. But I'm going to give you a present. I've got your back. I'm supporting you and stuff. Once again, I like this addition to the idea of multiple rivals, of course, but I really like the idea of somebody that's just like, listen, becoming champion just isn't my thing. I'm never going to be as tough as you, and that's never been my goal. So, you know, I like that you have an actual competitive rival, but you also just have a friendly rival in a sense too, right? You get the best of both. So boom, we're already here at the Elite Four. So of course we've already seen the 8 gym battles. We got our rival battles in, and now boom. So I believe I just go in order here, into the Elite Four as we see. And ooh, spooky. Whoa, warping me right up the stairs. Creepy. I actually really like this room. I really like this room. It's really cool. Like how the bookcase is a spiral and you go all the way up and stuff, and it's got that eerie tone. You know, the flash of lightning with the windows. It's definitely a cool designed room. So I am this is the Elite Four, other than of course the Switch games, which I haven't played. This is my where I have the least amount of knowledge about any game, but also the Elite Four in general. So we are up against Elite Four Chantel, who sends out... Now, of course, I researched them before jumping into this. But I'm not familiar, like I don't have their moves memorized. Like, oh, this guy's got Grass Knot, or this one has Flamethrower or something. I'm not familiar with that side of things. So, immediately starts off with the, how do you say that? Kafagrigus? Anyways, we do a double Flamethrower. We take a Shadow Ball hit by the looks of it, but we're all good. We're all good. We have medium-ish special defense. Pretty decent special defense. So, jumps out to a Jellicent? A Jellicent, which of course is a water type, and it's like, oh shit. Here immediately is part of my problem. I still have a heavy weakness to water types here. So, we switch into the one who's super effective, great, but look at what that surf damage does. As I said, Raichu, Copper is not a Pokemon defensively or special defensively. I mean, in his own tier bracket, sure, but not as a general rule. You would never turn him into a tanky, bulky, you know, it's not going to work so well. Because look, double surf, and since I didn't get the kill with one Thunderbolt, since I'm not one-shotting, because I don't trust that inaccuracy of Thunder, I'm still going with Thunderbolt. My special attack might be super high, and I do have an IV of 31, but that doesn't mean the EVs are maxed out or anything like that, right? Because I've been playing the game normally. So, you know, it's probably just a regular spread of EVs that probably are maxed out by this point, but I don't know. So we actually are forced to switch here because we're not actually faster and all this stuff. It's just... And there's 2 full restores used on the Jellicent. Now, this is actually... I did lie. Here is my resistance to water. I have 1 resistance. I have 3 weak, 2 neutral, and 1 resistant. But unfortunately, this Shion's with a calm special defense extraordinaire Altaria. Still, look at the amount of damage done. You know, like, look at that. That's crazy to me. Like, I'm gonna have to, every single time I use her as my bulk, I'm immediately gonna have to heal her up every time. So, we went for the Toxic, we got the Dragon Claws off, but it's like, you're supposed to be able to tank a couple of hits, not me get some decent chip damage off on you, you know? So we do manage to get rid of the Jellicent there, but now we're up against the Chandelure, who goes instantly for the Fire Blast by the looks of it. And we, of course, have Waterfall here, but we don't have any resistance to the Shadow Ball attack, so, ooh, damn. Now, granted, high attack power. Probably, well, actually, I would say that Heracles has the highest attack power on the team, but Bossanova's got to be close. Bossanova's attack power is stupid. His attack stat is fantastic. So his Waterfall instantly, physical stab, it was going to kill. Super effective. Now here's a Golurk. Now Golurk, I'm like, alright, you're Steel, right? Like my typing's a little off here too. I'm like, you're Steel Ghost, I think? So I'm thinking Flamethrower, right? Or what have you. And then boom, we attack with Flamethrower. and I didn't get a chance to see, but then it's like, okay, no, you're normal, so you're not ghost type, or you steel rock? Something? Anyways, either way, 2 flamethrowers, you know, it doesn't really matter because the curse and stuff like that, so... End of the day, no big deal. We do end up beating Chantel there, but we took some heavy hits there. In all honesty, that wasn't exactly the cleanest win I've ever seen. So yeah, we're already starting off a tiny bit behind the 8 ball, and we really got to get out in front of it, as they say. And here we go. So we're using up our fresh waters, our super potions, whatever we have here. Because look, basically, other than Heracles and Nino Boy, our whole team needs healing. You know, and we don't have a crazy amount of healing items, in all honesty. We just don't. Like, all our fresh waters come from, I think I found like 1 or 2 on the ground in gym battles. Or just gym battles. Just what was given to me. Which makes them fair for use, but yeah, alright. So there we go, we heal up, but damn, that was only 1 Elite 4 member. We have 3 more to go, plus what happens after, right? So, alright, let's get to the second one. Maybe that was the hardest. Maybe I started with the hardest for a reason or something, because I had no real type advantages. I had 2, sorta, but I had to switch out on them, and that goddamn... That big, bulky water type, that giant pink jellyfish was just nuts. Now, I believe this guy right here, the noble, sophisticated, in this room with the gold and red, looks exactly like that royal set from Animal Crossing, that one that costs a stupid amount. Not in the original Animal Crossing, it wasn't in that, maybe Wide World or whatever. Anyways, whatever they call that, the Regal, no, not the Regal set. Anyways, but this is Grimsley. I'm pretty sure Grimsley is a dark type user. Another typing we don't have our fighting type really anymore. Though we do have Heracles, who I believe we retaught Hammer Arm to. So there is that. And we have Altaria, who's got the flying ability, so but then again, fly is only going to be good against somebody like Scrafty, who's dark fighting, right? So we do get the hit off. It's going to take, it looks like, unless that was a low roll, it's going to take 3 flies. So we can expect a full restore in our future. We immediately switch out for Copper after getting a fly off. Goes for a crunch. Does quite a bit of damage. Unfortunate that. We take a defensive hit. But from this, oh, I'm hoping to not get into the whole healing item thing for some reason. It's not enough though. Holy shit, I switched out for the Thunderbolt for that sole reason, and now here comes the paralysis. But it doesn't matter because full restore, and we're behind the 8 ball already in the first. Damn, we are just not doing well. We are not doing well. This is looking really bad for us going forward. So at this point I'm like, okay, if I don't get a high roll, he's gonna kill me in 1 hit. So, but at this point, I'm like, I gotta go for it. I gotta assume that I can kill him. I got him to the yellow. I can do half, right? Just managed to make it. Boom. We do end up beating out the Scrafty and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, now we've only killed 1. We've only got 1 down, and we're a little weakened here. So in comes the Crocodile, who's dark ground type, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to switch into Ancalagon to avoid the obvious incoming Earthquake, right? Flying type, boom. So we're going to avoid the... Goes for a Dragon Claw. Unexpected. Thought the switch into the Earthquake, but maybe it was a little too obvious. We go for the Flamethrower. It's our best move, and holy shit. Special attacking. If they don't have high special defense, I'm not sure of Crocodile's stats, and I love Crocodile. But yeah, that instant, that was easy. Then we get a fake out. But Ancalagon still got over 100 HP. We're looking okay. Another flamethrower, and these things aren't exactly the most bulky, so I might kill the Liepard in 1 flamethrower. So really odd start to this match, but there's 2 down. And in comes the Bisharp, who is steel typing, so boom, flamethrower again. And boom. Down it goes, right? So, sweeping at this point. We have a sweep right there. And if correct me if I'm wrong, but are these Elite Four members only all have 4 Pokemon? There are only 4 Pokemon Elite Four members? Because that makes this even sadder. That makes this even worse than I'm struggling to dismiss. Because yeah, last time it was Growlithe, the Jelliant, Chandelure, and the Coffin. Oh yeah, so I've only fought 8 Pokemon so far, and I've struggled this much. Holy shit. That just makes me feel so much worse. So much worse. But that's a big switch up. Almost, I'm pretty sure every single Elite Four up to this point has always had 5. And then the champion with the full roster. Okay, so who are you? Caitlin. Caitlin. Spelled without a Y. That's Caitlin with an I. Yeah, it's 4. Oh my god. Alright, so our Reuniclus. Alright. Let's start ourselves off. Did we heal up? Not by the looks of it. We didn't do much in the way of healing up yet. Trying to get through this one with our special attacking Charizard, are we? Ooh, we do well over half. 2 flamethrowers will get rid of the Reuniclus if we outspeed it. But goes for the full restore, even though it's only deep yellow and no status effect. But if that's all it's going to take, then we're going to, all this flamethrower is going to do is eventually eliminate the full restore usage. Nope. Tried once and said, nope, it's not worth it. Okay, so she probably still has at least 1 full restore in her back pocket in case she wants to use it. In comes the Gothitelle. Alright, Gothitelle. Let's go. Flamethrower. It's just going to do neutral, just high output damage. Got the burn, and it does over half again, so this Calm Mind is not going to matter. The thing's burned. So even if it does end up doing some heavy damage or something, yeah, it's not going to escape this. Are you going to use another full restore? No, I'm surprised that right there with the Calm Mind setup, that the full restore didn't come in. Okay, so we're looking a little prettier than we were. It was a rocky start for this first half of the Elite Four. And we're just using Ancalagon. We're like, screw strategy, just use Ancalagon. He's our highest special attack output, probably, I'll assume. Maybe Sheer Force Nidoking's output is a little better. But this thing is bulky. There's nothing they can really do against it. You know, they can do chip damage, like now we're down to 63. But we can just keep going. So boom, that's 1 left. A Sigilyph. Siliglyph. Sigilyph. Whatever. Ugly ass thing. Going for an Ancient Power instead of the Flamethrower. I wonder why. Are we thinking the super effective is going to do more? I mean... Ooh. Down to 12. I mean, maybe we were hoping for the boost, but why would the boost matter? And now finally comes in with the full restore. Okay, so... We're going with, I think we went for the Ancient Power thinking that the super effective hit would do more damage even at 60 than the Flamethrower. I don't know where my head is at with this Ancient Power idea. Maybe trying to reserve the Flamethrower? I don't know. The Flamethrower probably wasn't going to kill in 1 hit, but either way, we do end up sweeping Caitlin with an eye. We end up sweeping her with Ancalagon, but at this point we're definitely going to have to heal up. We just don't have a choice. Okay, there was a switch there. Like a cut, you know, probably a bathroom break or something. So I'm wondering if I left in the healing. Cause I'm definitely healing for this guy. Or gal, could be. I have no idea who this is. And boom. Boom. Alright, this is a cool factory room too. So I'm going to assume steel. This is where the steel types come in. Or the fighting types. Looks like a boxing ring. Oh yeah, this looks like a boxing ring. Okay. Yep. Spotlights, lights, camera, action. Okay, so did we heal up outside of... Okay, no. Now we're going to heal. Now, here's where we're going to do some healing. Why didn't I use up my rare candies? What the hell is wrong with me? I have a rare candy. Did I forget I had that rare candy? I just noticed that. Or is that a rare candy bar? Did I just read the rare candy part and think? Or I guess one of you guys, if you saw it too, or you guys can go back and see, because that's so stupid of me. Because I don't use the rare candy trick. Also, by the way, I do hack in some stuff. Obviously, I have to make this work for a GenLocke. But I don't do the rare candy thing and stuff like that. So I probably just forgot like I had one if it was there. So it starts off with throw. We immediately start with, of course, we've been having good success with Ankelagon without being too fancy. So I immediately go for the aerial. I see what type of damage output it's going to do. Flamethrower with stab and the special type. It just dwarfs the idea of using the flying type move. So we go this direction with it, and we're just going to flamethrower our way to victory. And just, oh, it has sturdy. We activated sturdy. So we had sock, beat without sturdy, full restore. I forget how this works or if it's been changed, and I guess we won't find out. If does sturdy reactivate if rehealed? I'm pretty sure nowadays it does. If you get back to full HP, sturdy can activate again without switching out. But yeah. So here we go. Alright, it's a Conkeldurr. What ugly ass Pokemon. If he looked cooler and he wasn't all these pink veins and stuff, I'd probably want to use him, because the idea of the dude with the two big pillars and stuff, if he just wasn't so like creepy. Like, I hate popping veins and stuff like that. It's always been creepy to me. I'm like, something's gonna burst, right? So we switch out finally to our man Nidoboy for an Earth Power attack. We take a hammer arm to the face. I think I was worried probably, I'm assuming this thing has Rock Slide or something like a Machamp. I definitely looked that up, beforehand. I've looked up all the Elite Force move pools and stuff, and made special note of anything that I think I'm safe against. So a double Earth Power with Sheer Force. Yeah, we were going to take him down. And then in comes, so we've, alright. One last one. Here we go. It's a Minshao. I actually really like Minshao. As a fighting type. Just so cool to me. Always had a cool design. So we end up going for, I got the critical hit Earth Power. I don't know if the crit mattered. It might have. We were definitely going to have to switch out, but we survived anyways with 6 HP. 6 HP to our name. So we're definitely going to have to heal up Nidoboy now, but we made it. Yeah, we made it. We must have healed up Copper and stuff beforehand. But right here we're definitely going to heal up and stuff. We still have a Hyper Potion or two. We still have some but yeah, we have Hyper Potions left, which is good. But I think we've used up like all our miniature, like our super potions and stuff like that. And if we have any fresh water, I think I saw fresh water there. If we do, we only have like 1 or 2 left. We probably used one of our Hyper Potions already on Copper beforehand. Probably just some fresh waters on Ankelagon. Alright. So this is the big one. We've beaten the Elite Four so far. But that's only a total of 16 Pokemon. Not the usual 20. And we still have some Hyper Potions. We got some full heals and stuff. So we're not going in completely without healing capability, which is good. But of course, I always scour, like Item Finder, Dowsing Machine and shit. I always look up on Cerebi. I look up where are there max potions, full restores, and Victory Road, that kind of stuff. And I grab them all, right? I grab them all. And boom, here we have a big scene. N has successfully defeated Alder while we were taking our Elite Four challenge. But here we find out, which once again, I think it's sort of implied here, but I like the idea in my own headcanon or in the implication of, I think, another piece of media. I'm not sure which one, if it was the anime or something. But that Alder specifically came back because he felt the responsibility and his duty to face off against N, but N with a heart filled with passion, and Alder not even wanting to fight, having to fight, without his partner Pokemon, his Volcarona and all this stuff, just felt completely. Had Alder been at full strength, it might have been a different story. Had he not been of this weakened heart, weakened resolve and stuff like that. So we show the whole scene here. as N is like, I am going to summon the great dragons and stuff. I have reached the pinnacle of the Pokemon League. I have defeated the Elite Four. I have defeated the champion and stuff. Because I'm going to assume that N actually did go through and defeat the Elite Four. Unless they were stated otherwise and I forget. So here we go. Now, obviously, once again, it's a box art Pokemon. At this point, they're given to you. So we are not eligible to use Reshiram, whatever his name is. The cool-ass white dragon. I actually really like both these dragon-type Pokemon. They look awesome. Zekrom and Reshiram. I really like both of them. You can tell when I stopped watching the anime because I can't pronounce any of these Gen 5 names. I can't pronounce any of them. If it's not pretty obvious to you guys already. Alright, so N's ready to go. This gives us an opportunity to heal, I guess, and stuff. But this is totally different from everything. It's actually quite cool. So Sharon had got there too. Somehow I managed to beat the Pokemon League. It wasn't easy. It's like, I have to congratulate you. Right. It's like, yeah, but it's like right now, we've all beaten the Pokemon League, but we haven't been declared a champion. So now we really have to go face off against N, and Sharon has already tested us, and he's sort of like, get up there. We'll settle who becomes the champion and stuff first. So, so I think there was a few other things I was doing there or something, like, because Elder goes, I lost and stuff like that. Was there another scene or something that I decided to skip there? I don't know. I talked to them unnecessarily or something. But there was a reason I skipped that. But N comes down from his giant throne and everything like that. And he's like, yes, show me. Show me your power. It's like, alright, N. N, you are so cool. It's like, yep. It is destiny for you and I to fight. You came all this way to battle me. But the other dragon is not responding. You are not recognized as a hero because I was sure it was you. However, this is so disappointing. I was kidding myself. The idea that you could be right and I could be wrong, that Pokemon and trainer can belong together is just, you know, this whole thing. I love his story. I really do. And then boom, what happens? Zekrom comes, full force, crashing the brand new throne room. Like, seriously, Zekrom. Buddy, you are badass. You are so cool. But this feels a little unnecessary. Like the Kool-Aid man in the courtroom. Like, just, buddy. We know you're legendary. You're a dragon. You are an electric dragon. You're just too cool for school. You don't need to, you know, show off. You just don't. And Zekrom, it's like, alright, we're ready to go and everything. It's like, the Lightstone, however, it's trembling inside our bag. Lightstone. Reshiram. And it's like, boom, alright. Wake up, baby. I got my own legendary dragon. Let's go. I know I'm not talking about Shion. Shion is such a pain in the ass. Just not holding out to the... Competitively, probably a lot better from the days that I remember doing a little competitive battling myself, but more so just being involved, like, watching on YouTube, like, people far better than me at it. I remember Altaria being a lot, like, bulkier or something. Or maybe, once again, it could be down to the EVs, and I have a very basic, you know, just regular gameplay spread. I don't go into the like machine and like figure out what my EVs were or make sure they're all maxed out by the time we end the Nuzlocke and stuff. I just play through the game normally, and what we get. So maybe I just got not the best EV spread this time. Alright, so boom. It's like, alright, but now I gotta catch him. So it's like, okay, slight problem. If I don't have Master Ball, then I gotta fight you. This is a Nuzlocke. I'm getting Spear Pillar flashbacks the first time I tried Platinum or Diamond or whatever. I'm getting Spear Pillar flashbacks to, like, I gotta battle these guys, like, one after the other and then fight a Legendary and stuff. So we start off with Heracles, who we immediately use a Master Ball on Reshiram because, once again, we can't use them anyways. Because it's not really... I mean, if you want to count this encounter, that's fine, but it's a legendary given to you. If we catch a legit legendary in a run, totally different story. But not one that is scripted and given to you, right? Lugia and Ho are not scripted to you, right? So, at least not in the original games and stuff. Like, you know, Moltres and Zapdos and stuff like that, right? So, anyways. So, he heals me up anyways. I wasn't aware of this. So, I mean, we would have used the Master Ball anyways. We say, like, yeah, no, we are not, we're not doing that. So, we can switch out somebody in our party, but we chose not to. And boom, here we are. Challenging N. Challenging N. And it's like, boom, okay. Zekrom time. Alright. Level 52. Zekrom versus Heracles. Now you guys know why I started with Heracles, right? I definitely switched that shit. I started with Heracles here. So, opens up with a light screen while we immediately go for a drill run. Right? We don't want to hit that turbo attack. It's not quite enough to kill Zekrom, unfortunately. I was hoping that Drill Run was going to be enough, and it's not. But granted, it does like heavy damage. I'm like, was it a low roll? Nope, it's just going to keep getting him down to the red. So unfortunately, we do take a Zen Headbutt, which doesn't actually do all that much damage, and we managed to get away with the crunch of stuff, because Drill Run, of course, isn't 100% accuracy, and that really bothered me, but we got very lucky with it. Used up one of N's full restores, and I'm like, okay. Now comes in Bossa Nova, and I'm like, yeah, we got this. We have our own Bossa Nova, right? But I'm like, wait a minute, we're weak to our own self. We're neutral. This is gonna hurt. So I switch out into the only thing that can resist water attacks, which is obviously going to go for with Rhydon stuff. Goes for the waterfall. And we resisted pretty good. And I'm like, okay, we got a Dragon Claw and stuff. Some reason I forgot about Stone Edge. And, alright, immediately. Alright. So, first and foremost. Okay, so. We need to change graphics immediately here because we just lost Shion to either one of two things. Either I forgot about Stone Edge, thought we could survive it, or I bet on the one thing that I hate the most, and that's why my move pools almost never include them, is low accuracy moves. Because when Focus Blast needs to hit, it never hits. That's why my Alakazams never have Focus Blast. I will choose any other coverage move. Even if it's not perfect coverage, I prefer it, right? And Stone Edge is just another story. I almost never have Stone Edge on my guys. Rock Slide is probably the best rock versus accuracy move that you can get for power and stuff. And, that kind of idea. But I think I was just betting that it was going to miss and I'd get a little more damage off, or I could survive it or something. The light screen didn't matter. Because we were using physical attacks. I'm pretty sure Reflect is the physical one and stuff. So we were going to get off a little bit of damage here. That being said, could we have predicted a Stone Edge? Yes. What do we change into to resist it? Looking at our roster, you don't go to Ankelagon. That'll kill him if it hits. Nidoboy, I guess, but then this thing's going to be faster, most likely. And even if it's not, Aqua Jet is going to be dangerous to anybody resistant. Same with Heracles. Great, I switch into Heracles. I tank it, then I have to immediately switch out again, and that process just ain't going to work. Granted, could I have gone for Toxic and then played the switch game and hoped to have constantly guessed? I think at this point, if you guys have been watching this a long time, I had a big issue with betting on a certain champion to keep up the same strategy. And I paid the heavy price for it in our graveyard, losing one of my favorite grass types of all time, Dragoon. I lost our Dragoon due to that fact. So here, I wasn't going to take the chance that I could easily flip-flop and like, as soon as I bring out Heracles, it's never going to use anything else. It's always going to use Waterfall. And then I can switch out safely into Xion and stuff like that, right? I was not about to take that bet. So I think I was simply at this point between a rock and a hard place, and I bet on the idea that Stone Edge was just bad accuracy, because isn't it only 50 accuracy? So it was going to miss. So I was just betting on Stone Edge missing. I must have. But I don't really have a great alternative other than a long switcheroo game that might have bit me in the ass, because it certainly bit me in the ass against Cynthia last time. Unfortunately, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because I didn't last time, I lost Dragoon. Because I did this time, I lost Altaria. I lost Xion. So that's, in all honesty, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. So, but before we continue, obviously, because of the moving sprites and stuff, I have to change this live. So we'll make a cut. So we'll be right back as I update the graveyard and our roster. Okay, so the graphics should be all updated now. I'm pretty sure I didn't forget anything. Unfortunately, there we have added to our graveyard, and it's okay. All right. I'm not going to say we were due for a loss, because I'm still feeling this entire run not having Dragoon on our team was a huge handicap in my opinion, especially for a game that I've only played like once, maybe twice total, and ever since it even came out. So yeah, and now on top of that we lose our only dragon type. Hard to raise, and a lot of things to be said, but yeah, I wasn't due for a loss necessarily, but it is what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, so who are we switching into? Okay, we're gonna go into Copper immediately. Who should be able to see? I'm worried about that attack power. We're not very bulky, as we already saw, but from this range, a Thunderbolt. Granted, there is a chance that perhaps I could have switched in, outsped, and one-shotted that guy, but I sort of doubt it. So he goes into Clink Clank. And we take we do one Thunderbolt to the Steel type. Only goes for Metal Sound, which lowers our special defense harshly, but we're going to go for another Thunderbolt. So we cleared 2 Pokemon with Copper here. Alright, so Copper cleaning up against N. Alright, cool. And then it goes in into the Vanilla Ice Cone thing, the Vanilla Ux. So I'm going to switch into, why wouldn't I go into, I'm worried about the ice. I'm worried about an Ice Beam, so I'm going to do... But Blizzard's going to... Well, it's going to neutral. Oh, no! I'm Rock Water, not Ground. Okay, yeah. Now I understand my reasoning. Switch in, and that was a Blizzard, so good thing I didn't go to Ancalagon, because it hit. And we're going to go for the Rock Slide. That, with our attack strength, should... Oh, no, it didn't. Even with our attack strength and stab, that wasn't enough. Is this thing bulky? I wonder if this thing's bulky. Anyway, so we take a bit of a hit there. We Aqua Jet the Vanillux. And there's probably one... Yeah, there's got to be one more left, right? The Zorak. Right. No, there's more than just the Zorak. Is this the real Zorak? Well, yeah, it would have to be, because Zorak couldn't be... Right? Okay, so I think do I have to switch here? I don't know why I'm looking at switching. Can that Zorak kill me from that range? Or is there not much I can do to him? Goes for a... Whoa! I must have known that Focus Blast was coming, so... And look, he is hit... Okay, I just want to pause right here. So we both take the hail damage. This damn bastard has hit N. I know he's a king, an emperor, a child of destiny who can hear the wishes of all Pokemon. But he has hit Blizzard, Stone Edge, and Focus Blast. The man hasn't missed low accuracy moves. I mean, I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, continuing. So, Nito Boy, what are we gonna do? Of course, I'm gonna go for the Stab Sludge Bomb, baby. And, oh! That did a lot. And our Stab Sludge Bomb isn't enough, even with 2 hits of Hail. We aren't gonna outspeed him, so what are we gonna do? Oh, we don't... Wait, what are we gonna do? We use a full... Why aren't we switching? Oh, I'm worried about a Focus Blast against Rhydon, because he won't outspeed. What am I worried with Ankalagon? What am I so worried about? I don't get why I won't switch to Ankalagon and use a Flamethrower. I don't understand that choice there. Maybe I was sort of reeling from the Altaria loss and didn't want to keep switching, trying to utilize what I got here. And there's still, right, there's still one more Pokemon. We got rid of the Zorak, so we know this is an Archeops. Again? Are we serious? Oh, this thing probably has a rock move, because it's rock flying. Acrobatics. Holy shit. So, with acrobatics, I can't survive a damn thing. I have to switch into copper. Alright, this makes sense. I've got 150. Oh, did I heal up? Okay. Static. Oh. Maybe I'm smarter than I think. Okay, so you can survive this. You can survive in acrobatics. Will one Thunderbolt kill, though? The paralysis makes sure we hit first, but... I think this thing was going to go for a rock-type move and kill us. We survived. Copper survived by the skin of his teeth. We still lost Altaria, our Shion there. Or Shion, our Altaria. Heavy, heavy. But we win. We win, right? Just so we're clear, somehow I had to pause this for a while. I don't know if you'll see a fade in, fade out. Usually when you see fade in, fade outs, it's just me hitting the pause button so I don't interrupt the battle and then I go for a bathroom break or you know, get supper, do whatever. This Justice shows up. Yestis, whatever. It's the G silent. I have no idea. This guy shows up, and somehow I had missed. I thought it was some rematch crap or something like post-game. I missed this and thought, okay, we don't battle Alder, we battle N, right? Yeah, we battle N, and then that's the Nuzlocke. Nope. So I have to fight this guy, who, by the way, has a full party of 6. He might not have a Zekrom, but this dude is ready to go. So Justice here is... And we have no Altaria. So we're down to 5. He starts off with Cafigurus. And we're still with Heracles. So we're like, alright, not a terrible matchup. Let's try a Drill Run. So Lightning Rod changed to Mummy. That's not great. He goes for a Toxic. Our Drill Run only does so much. And I'm like, why didn't I go for Crunch? And I have no idea why I didn't go for Crunch. And now I'm choosing to... Oh, I don't want that Toxic just in case of late game, I'm assuming, right? So I go for the Antidote. He goes for the Protect. And alright, that was a lucky break. And now I go for the crunch. Okay, I didn't want full restore action happening, I'm assuming. Crunch does the same, so it wouldn't have mattered. I don't know how that's possible. Oh, the stab versus the damage output, I'm assuming. Goes for the toxic again, and at this point I'm like, alright. Maybe I should try to kill him, but no, he's going to go for the full restore, right? And we go for the antidote, he goes for the full restore. So now, basically I've used 2 antidotes, I have a bit of chip damage, and I'm back to where I was. So now I go for the crunch anyways, realizing that drill run, the stab isn't going to do the same. And look at that, the crunch was a low roll, because 2 crunches are going to kill this thing. You watch. So we get toxic again. Do I go for it this time? Yeah. But the protect, I forgot about the protect. I could have went for the last antidote and had this, but no, instead I take toxic damage, and now I get to go for the crunch. If it's not a low roll again, which this time it's not, so I got very unlucky there. I'm now toxic. I'm down to 133. I raise the level, great, but now I'm going to take the toxic damage. So I'm down to 100 HP. I'm down to half just with 1 Pokemon. And in comes a Seismitoad. My weakness, water types. And look at what I got. My only water type that I had that was able, my only one able to take a water hit, gone. So in comes a Muddy Water. It does heavy, this is my problem. Water, but rock, so I'm neutral damage. I take heavy damage here. The Rain Dance obviously doesn't help me. It's going to help him. But I go for a Waterfall nonetheless because it's also neutral up against a Seismitoad. I forget what his actual, is he water ground like a Marshtomp or something? So we get down to 4 HP and I'm like, whoa, that is way too close. We do get the double Waterfall and manage to win, but now we're down to 4 HP. We obviously have to switch out on the, pulls out the 3-headed, the King Ghidorah of Pokemon, a Hydreigon, and I'm like, what do I switch into? I don't even know what this thing has, and I'm like, well, rock, water, I have a better shot, so I go for a max, max potion, and boom, this thing has surf, and 2 surfs are going to kill me. Fuck. What the hell do I do? I'm serious, guys. I think here for a while. What the hell do I do here? Because Surf is going to kill everything. I decide to go for a Hyper Potion. I'm glad I have these options because without all these healing items, which once again I scour right before any Elite Four challenge. Normally I don't have to scour too much in like gold, silver, red, green and stuff because I know what I'm doing. But went for the Dragon Pulse. Doesn't matter. So what's my end game here? I'm like, no matter what this thing uses, I'm screwed. But I'm thinking, okay, maybe it'll go for a Dragon Pulse. It's not going to go for Surf every time. I'm like, alright, who do you switch into on a Dragon Pulse? And I'm like, well, Fairy's not invented yet, so the poison typing won't matter. But I do it anyways. You know. Not that dragon and poison had anything to do with each other. It's poison over, you know, the whole steel poison dragon thingy. Fairy thing, I should say. But, so, I switch out thinking I can tank something. I can't. This is looking really bad. I'm doing constant switching. I take a Surf to the face with Copper. It's a critical hit, but that's when I realize if that's a critical hit, maybe he can survive. For some weird reason, I'm like, I don't know what the defense or special defense is, but maybe that's the deal. So I go for it, goes for another Surf. If it's not a crit, let's see, can I survive more than one? I can. That only does 60. So I'm like, alright, finally, I have my answer. I can Thunderbolt this thing to death, get a paralysis, get something. Thunderbolt does next to fucking nothing. It does more than chip, but goes for a Dragon Pulse. 11 HP, and I'm like, I can survive Dragon Pulse, and I can survive Surf. As long as he doesn't crit, I can survive this guy. I have enough healing items to get through this Hydreigon. Granted, I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but I think I got this. So he goes for another Dragon Pulse. I'm going to get 1 attack per each time, right? Down to 69. I should still be able to survive this. I believe I'm doing the calcs right now in my head. I'm like, alright, I took this amount of damage, but he can't do over that amount because of this, that, and the other thing. This is where I decide to straight up go for the Thunder Wave to help with the speed problem when and if I have to switch. So I take a Dragon Pulse to the face. Okay. We have to pause anyways, because we have to change the graphics again. Yeah. I'm really stoked about this. We just lost. Not one, but two. That in one Elite Four run. That hasn't happened this entire GenLocke. So there is a possibility. There's a possibility that I ran this in a Pokemon calculator. And maybe what I just assumed was, okay, at 69 I can survive. Maybe I couldn't. Maybe without the lowest roll, I couldn't survive it. And I realized, okay, I'm going to run out of healing or something. So my option here, which, had I known how much Thunderbolt would have done previously, I probably would have Thunder Waved on that one Thunderbolt turn and then had a way better opportunity here. But maybe I realized I was losing the battle of attrition with Copper and eventually it was going to get worse. So I went out. Copper did one final thing for us and paralyzed this damn thing so that everything on the team, maybe barring Rhydon, I forget how paralysis works. It halves the speed, I think, but I don't think it guarantees that every Pokemon's faster. But I'm going to be able to get first priority moves now. So as long as I switch into one move and can survive a second hit, which I don't know who else can do it, but because we've been proving that, but if I can do that, then I'll be able to at least get some hits off. Because Copper wasn't going to be able to do it by himself. I would have ran out of healing. I've been using up max potions, full restores, hyper potions. I've been using them up. So Copper might not be the only loss here we get. We already lost Shion, and now we lost Copper. This is not looking good. This Elite Four run didn't look good from the start, and it just went from bad to worse. Just when we got a couple of streaks with Ankelagon, End shows up, and our weakness to water is clearly a problem. We need a grass type. Had I known all this, I would have let go of, I hate to say it, but Shion, Heracles, even Copper. I would have let go of any of you to have saved Dragoon last time, at this point, at this junction. Because he wouldn't have struggled like this. We would have had such an easier time. We would have had bulky Pokemon who could survive these attacks. We would have had a bulky, hard-hitting Sceptile to tank so much of this. And our weakness to water would have been gone. Because the switch-in would have been Sceptile every single time, and we wouldn't have taken, a quarter health bar or more every time we switch into a Surf or a Muddy Water. I didn't realize what a hole we were leaving here, and when I decided on Bossa Nova instead of, and we caught a Deerling. Here's the worst part. You guys remember, I said I love Deerling. I love Sawsbuck. What is wrong with me? And what's even worse is that going forward, if we even manage to beat Justice at this point, even if we manage this miracle, I can't bring Sawsbuck with me. I can't bring Deerling with me. I can only bring the ones who are brought into the Hall of Fame who survive. I don't get to take from my box. I don't get to take from, just because I lost Shion and Copper, I don't get to take them. So stupid me decided on the Fossil Turtle Bossa Nova over a Sawsbuck, and it has done nothing but fuck me. As he's a good Pokemon, but not on this team. And I should have realized our huge disadvantage, our glaring, huge-ass weakness. Not just some weird type like Steel or Poison or Bug, but to Water, one of the three biggest, the core types of the game. And I have a gaping, open weakness to it. I should have realized that. I did not. Let's change the graphic and then get back to this. This slaughter, not on my side. Okay, now that we've upgraded our... Well, not our victories, but our losses. We've updated our graveyard to include a 4-time, just this shy from being a 5-time champion, Copper, since the beginning. Man, oh man. Can we please not lose anybody else? For the love of God. Or, I still don't know if we're going to win, because the moment we get this thing down, he's going to use a full restore. Right? So the paralysis buys us only an opportunity, but it's not like it's a burn or stacking toxic or anything like that. This feels like Thanos with the I am inevitable. And I don't know if I'm Iron Man, man. Iron Man, man? I just don't know, but let's try it. Okay, so we're freaking bold. What's our plan here? Dark type. Super effective. Holy shit. Didn't go for the surf. Went for the Focus Blast. Oh. That brick break. I completely forgot the Dark Dragon. And now we're still... Holy shit. It's not over though. In comes a Bouffalont. Now. This thing can be pretty dangerous on its own, too. What am I going to do? And Caligon, hoping for... Well, Wild Charge it's not going to use. What's it going to use, though? Head Smash or... Went for the Earthquake. Okay. Alright, so let's do some Stab Flamethrower shit. It probably still has Wild Charge, though. Head Charge. Ooh. Oh, oh. Okay, but I'm faster. Okay. Holy crap, sorry about that. Alright. What else you got? A Bisharp. Oh, we got this. We got this, but is that all the Pokemon? Bouffalont, a Bisharp, a Hydreigon. What else did we fight? A Fagadus. Oh, there's an Electros. Okay, this... Oh. No weakness. Back when Electros looked cool, it didn't look like this little, like, floating jellyfish thing. Looked way more big and badass. Can we survive a Thunder attack from this thing? Not at 68, and no way will our Flamethrower kill that thing in one shot, will it? So we gotta bet on our resistance in Nidoboy, who is got full? No, still 62. Okay, went for the electric. We're gonna have to heal. Yeah, we can't take the chance. This thing must have something. We can't switch into Bossa Nova or Ancalagon while electric types out. We're down to using Rhydon and Nidoking. Now, Flamethrower didn't do a whole lot. Okay. Sludge, yeah, because it's not affected by ground types because it levitates. So, Sludge Bomb, a stab Sludge Bomb with Sheer Force. Okay, one more hit. That's all we need. We survive a Flamethrower. We got this. Oh no, the burn. Burn effects, attack, not special attack. We still got it. Let's go, baby! Let's go! I don't know what I'm celebrating for. Look at our damn losses down here. Okay, so that missed Focus Blast is everything we needed. But we lost not one, two Pokemon in this run. We are not sitting pretty at all. We get to go to the next step of the GenLocke challenge. I'm actually amazed we didn't lose 3. Because the only other way I saw that was losing either Heracles or Ankelagon and then coming in pinch hit with the priority with one of the others. I thought we were destined to either wipe or lose 3. I completely forgot Brick Break. Not Hammer Arm, but Brick Break. It was a dark type. But obviously with Surf, I was going to lose in one shot. So I needed to wait for the paralysis. And he went for Focus Blast outside of Surf. Surf would have killed. There's no way Surf doesn't kill. So we got extremely lucky. Like, had that been N with his infinite accuracy, we lose that whole thing. Or we survived with one Pokemon. We would have lost. We would have lost Heracles. We would have had to switch it to Ankelagon and tried for, I don't know, Flamethrower, I guess. Just something, anything. Hope for a burn. This had to be the most challenging leg of our run thus far. Which I'm sort of... Obviously, I'm really disappointed. Losing our... Shio might have been hard to raise, and I was really hard on her and stuff. But, I mean, it was still cool. I still like Altaria and stuff. It just wasn't performing as well as I expected. And Copper led us through a lot of difficulties. So, and of course, the classic Pikachu, right? Like, the starter. The one who made the franchise a zillionaire. So, even though this is sort of unhappy in a sense, I don't want to say unhappy because we won, but it's winning with a heavy heart, right? It's winning with a heavy heart. It's like BJ getting that medal in MASH, in that MASH episode. He deserved the medal, but didn't feel like he deserved the medal. And once again, we only get one reward this time. So in a couple of ways, I'm sort of glad. In a weird type of way, in a morbid type of way, is that not only... I'm glad for sort of two reasons. One is that this reward system clearly isn't broken. My reward system is not broken. It might seem unfair at the time, because they're big. They can be really big, heavy bonuses, like giving Psyduck Psychic, or Rhyhorn Crunch, or something like at the beginning, or giving a perfect IV to a starter. Sounds really good and broken in theory, but in a Nuzlocke anything can happen, right? So far we've gotten plenty of rewards, and we're still this deep in. And we just lost 2. We need to re-add to our roster. Our graveyard is now 6 strong. That's not good. That's not good at all. So what I kind of like about this, as I said, is, in a weird way, is that it means that the challenge is only getting tougher, not easier. Because that would mean that my reward system is either the games get easier to Nuzlocke, which is a possibility, and something outside of my control, or my reward system is too easy to exploit. It's too easy to make Nuzlocke's basically easy at that point, or much easier, too much easier. That clearly isn't the case. So, yeah. 2 things I should have done. Should never have let Cynthia kill Dragoon, and should have not looked so close at a water type when I had Surf with Nidoking. I should have been so focused on one of my favorite Pokemon, Nuzlocke. Why didn't I switch out? Why did I think that glaring water weakness wasn't going to come back to bite me in the ass? yeah, this is just not... It wasn't a great showing by yours truly, but it is what it is. It's, you know, I can't really say anything more on it. And yeah, so there goes N off into the wilds. We save. And that's the end of that. The end. So, yeah, as I said, we did win. We're going to go, obviously, forward with X and Y. I'm pretty sure I prefer Y version, so it was my, you know, I bought both at the same time, but I played Y first. I like Y, so I'll just probably play Y. I don't know why, pun intended, but I'm going to play Y version most likely. And obviously, we're going to have to decide on our reward going forward. Realistically, most of these Pokemon are already tapped out on rewards other than Bossa Nova down here. I don't know what we would really grant Bossa Nova. I'm going to have to look into that. But, I mean, definitely Nido Boy and Heracles are sort of maxed out on what they need. We got special abilities. We've got egg moves that we require. We've got everything we want out of them pretty much. And a couple of IV stats and stuff. So, and a shininess on Nido Boy's part. So, I don't see... It's going to be between Ankelagon and Bossa Nova are going to get the only 1 point for defeating the game, for doing a clear. Obviously, we didn't sweep by a long shot, so it's our worst performance yet. But we'll see you guys, I guess, back here for the X and Y Gen 6, the 6th leg of our GenLocke challenge. Hopefully, we do far better. Clearly, we need to... I want water resistance. I want a strong grass type. A strong grass type. I do not care. I'm getting a strong grass type. One way, come hell or high water, I'm getting a strong grass type. Or the most defensive Pokemon in the game. One of the two. You know? I want a Blissey. I need a Blissey or a Snorlax or something. I need something that can tank surfs and muddy waters for days and not care, okay? That's what I need. That's what I need on this team. So, that being said, because, granted, look at what we left. We left we left weakness to water, double weakness to water, and neutral to water. That is what we have left ourselves. We need double water resistance. Like nobody's business. So, but that being said, that is the end of the 5th leg of the GenLocke challenge. What do you guys think going forward? Hope you guys enjoyed this leg, even if it wasn't my best performance. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see Pokemon trainers, Pokemon breeders, and all you Pokemon masters alike back here next time for the X and Y leg of the run. Hope you get to see you guys there. Have a good one, everyone. Sayonara.